we are never going to financially recover from this. Sometimes there's no better way than to start the day with a good old double-double. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Just out here scouting our barley field, one of the barley fields that we're debating about chopping up. So we got a pretty good looking field overall here. We are actually already at flag leaf, so these plants here are going to start pushing heads probably within the week, especially with the heat we've been getting now for the last couple days here. So we got about 75 acres of barley silage that we're debating about chopping. Especially looking at that corn, we are quite unsure what that's going to do yet for the summer. It might not yield the best, and also there might not be very much starch content in that when we do go chop it. So if we can get some extremely good barley silage, and if the corn doesn't do very well, at least we have a good backup plan, possibly even mix the two together. But yeah, overall this stuff's over knee height, probably 2.5 feet tall right now. Just pull a plant out there, that's what it's looking like. So the roots, extremely dry. We haven't seen much rain yet this growing season, but also this barley field here is in one of our wettest fields we have. So barley likes it dry, and it's definitely dry in here. And I think with the field being so low, and it holds moisture really well. So this crop looks phenomenal. So they are calling for about 5 mil of rain tomorrow here. And then later this weekend on Sunday, they're also calling for about 5 to 10 mil as well. So if we were to get those rains tomorrow and Sunday, the corn would definitely come back. It is struggling. And then these barley fields here, the heads would fill out so well that I'm pretty sure we might not even have to chop all 75 acres. This field here is a 50, and then we got another 25 further down the road that we are planning to chop. And then we also have another 80 that we're looking to combine. So if we didn't have to chop it all, it's just more to combine, possibly a little more grain to sell. So there's definitely not a whole lot going on around the farm here this week. We're kind of just trying to catch up on some repairs that we've been putting off for a bit, like our TMR mixer here. Just got back from town, had to go get a new hose because it's actually been leaking slowly. There's a slow drip on it for a while anyways. So we just got to reroute the hose here, and then probably going to give this thing a good wash and a good service too. Kind of looks like this other one might be leaking too, but I'm gonna wash it up and then see if it starts leaking again maybe later this week. Give it a couple days. I'd definitely say that looks a heck of a lot better now. The main thing was just to get this grease off so we know if there's any future leaks. Well, I got the tractor here hooked up back to the mixer and tested everything out. Doesn't seem to be leaking anywhere now, so that's good. Also greased the entire thing and made sure everything's good to go so I can start mixing feed again in the morning. So a quick update on our chopper here. It doesn't sound like we're the only ones having problems with the pickup blowing up, because I called to order parts or go pick up parts and they didn't have any of this in stock because they just sold it 3 days ago. Someone else has the exact same problem, I guess. So yeah, just a common thing, I guess, for these Dion choppers. Hey, so it's the next day here now. A couple little small things here we're working on inside the dairy barn today. We got a couple fans that need fixing, and then these manure scrapers need some little bit of maintenance to them as well. So we got one fan right here that needs a bearing. It's a little slopped out in the back here. You can hear it hitting the side once in a while. So that one needs new bearing before it can keep running. And then this one here needs a whole new motor. I believe it's completely shot.
Every cloth to clean it up. Oh, there's still on. I'll use every cloth on that again, and then we'll have to, I'll use the punch it out.
Not much left of that. Got the bearing in place here now, just got to put the blade back on. Well, you can try it out here. So my dad there is going to start working on that other fan there and start taking off that motor and get that one changed out. I'm going to start working on this manure scraper here and change the seal on the bottom of it. So these scrapers here have a rubber seal that run against the floor and actually scrape the manure. So I can tell right now it's probably worn out because it's been leaving a little bit of manure here behind from the scraper. And then this side's staying fairly clean, so I'm gonna have to get that seal changed. Just quickly here, rinse it off so we can kind of see what we're looking at here. So there's a rubber seal right here that's all completely ripped away. So there's a little bit left of it, but the rest is completely gone. And then this side here actually looks like it's shot as well, so I'm gonna flip this side around too. But there's little hex bolts in here that hold this plate on and actually clamps it to the scraper. So this rubber seal here, I actually think we can just flip it around and just use the other side. Try to get a little more extra life out of it. I guess as long as this bar can clamp onto it, it should work. Alright, so we got all the seals here switched around. It was nice I was able to reuse these two. And then the wings here actually replaced the whole rubber on both sides. So it's kind of nice, you're able to flip the rubber seals around and just reuse the other side instead of replacing it and just throwing it out. So at least try to get another 6 months out of them or so. But look at this, guys. That's a way nicer job now it's doing. This is kind of what you want to see. Just out here standing in this cornfield that we're hoping to chop for silage, and it is it's not looking so good. Really not looking good at all, actually. So it's a little bit too windy outside, so I'm gonna have to tell you my story here from inside the truck. But yeah, I was looking at this corn here yesterday, so I texted my agronomist. I was like, hey, come look at my corn here, because this field looks way worse than my other field. I was like, maybe this field needs some more N or something. So yeah, okay, I'll come check it out here after lunch. So in the meantime, I got a neighbor texting me. He's like, hey, what's wrong with your corn? I was like, I don't know, I got so-and-so coming out to look at it right away to see if we can add some fertilizer or something to it before the rain this weekend. He's like, no, I think you got something bigger going on there. He's kind of asking like, well, what did we seed here last year? I said, canola. So I think there's your problem right there. I was like, what? So apparently, long story short, there's a thing called corn after canola syndrome. So I'm just gonna read off my phone here after some research, and apparently it's a real thing, which I had no idea about. Planting corn after canola can lead to a yield reduction due to the phosphorus deficiency caused by a lack of mycorrhizal fungi in the soil. So this is called corn after canola syndrome. It's a deficiency and commonly referred to as corn after canola syndrome, and can result in stunned growth, purple colorization of the leaves, and overall yield reduction. So I took a screenshot of that off Google and sent it to my agronomist, and he's like, yeah, I'll be right there, leaving right away. So then he started coming, and then I asked him, is this a real thing? He said, yeah, it's a real thing, and we're not sure how we missed this before planting this corn now into this ground, because I had no clue about it. So how am I supposed to know? We kind of rely on our agronomists, our vets, and our nutritionists to kind of work as a whole team for the dairy, and so we can all excel and exceed our expectations. But yeah, we're not too sure how this got missed, because we even soil sample, and on the soil sample sheet it says last year's crop canola, and then what we're going to put there this following year, the next year, we put corn. There's supposed to be corn here or barley, and we just decided to go with the corn route, because where the barley is, actually that's where we were going to put corn, but we had corn there a couple of years ago, and the bears probably wiped out, I'd say, a quarter of the field. So we didn't really want to put corn there again, so we decided to put corn here instead. We kind of switched that the last minute before seeding, and then somehow it got missed that we were putting corn on canola ground. So yeah, not too sure really what to say here, but definitely learning a lot this year, especially about this now. There is some leaves that are turning purple, but it's not every single plant. It's actually very spread out, and you can't really tell at all unless you're looking close for it. So it might be a mix of being extremely dry and because it's corn on canola, but yeah, definitely learning a lesson here. So if any of you guys can take something home from this video, if you're a farmer and had no idea about this, well, now you do know. And don't do it, just not worth it. So yeah, I'm definitely not ashamed to be sharing this, because I absolutely had no idea about it. So it's all something we can just take home and learn and do better for next year, right? So gonna keep you guys updated about this crop and see what it turns into. It's still gonna grow. There's still gonna be something here to chop. It's just not gonna be what we wanted it to be, that's all. So yeah, definitely a sad looking cornfield. I'm gonna go show you guys what my other cornfield looks like quick, just to show you guys the difference and why it even brought my attention to have someone come out and look at it. So just bear with me here, because it is a little windy outside today, but here is our other corn crop, and this is why it got brought to my attention to start asking questions about that other field. Look at how gorgeous this corn is. Like, these plants got to be close to 2 feet tall now, and it's just flat as a tabletop. So yeah, that's the difference. Definitely night and day difference between the two fields, and you can just tell instantly. So this corn here and the other cornfield are definitely due for another pass of spraying. It'll probably be next week here, so maybe get some video of that. So if you guys learned something new like I did, let me know in the comments how many of you knew about this, planting corn at the canola, or how many of you guys learned something new with me. So I'm going to end today's video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. It really helps grow the YouTube channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.